Well, hello everybody and welcome to Crunch Sports. I'm Ashwin Kumar and this is the RCB versus KKR Eliminator preview. So we'll be talking about RCB and KKR and their chances, the predictions and all that good stuff. So RCB, a thrilling, nail-biting finish to the last game against the Delhi Capitals. KS Virat hitting a six of the last ball to win it for the Royal Challengers Bangalore, and they play the Knight Riders now in the Eliminators. Mumbai Indians did all they could in their last game against SRH, but then the ask was a little too much, let's be honest there. So KKR qualified, and it has been a fantastic league stage of the IPL so far, going into the last game, still not knowing which team qualifies. And the first qualifier is CSK and DC, which probably will be going on by the time this video comes out, but we'll be talking about RCB versus KKR. I'm an RCB fan, so I might be a little biased towards RCB, but let me know your predictions down in the comments first. And the game against Delhi Capitals, I think that was a perfect game to be played because Delhi Capitals, they are at the top of the table and they were the best side in the league, at least according to the points table. So it was a good, a practice game before the big eliminator. We played against the best side and we got the result done. Yes, there were a few hiccups in the run chase which we did, but let's talk about the positives first for RCB. The bowling has been fantastic again. Yes, we didn't pick up wicket again in the power play. We have picked up only one wicket in this entire second phase inside the power play, so that's an issue for RCB. But then after the power play, RCB bowling pulled it back again for them. So Harshal Patel picked up a wicket, Siraj doing well, Chahal doing well again, and Maxwell bowled in 3 good overs as well. So the bowling looks decent for RCB. It looks capable enough moving into this eliminator. But the batting, chasing 165, we failed to chase against SRH. We lost the game by 4 runs, and if RCB could have won that game, we would be playing the qualifier 1 against Delhi Capitals. But it is what it is. You got to play what you have to play now. So we play the Knight Riders, and look, the strengths. Of course, we know Kohli, De Villiers, Padikkal, but they haven't clicked together. We have had Maxwell has been fantastic. He's been an amazing signing. He's been very consistent. But then De Villiers, Kohli, Padikkal and Maxwell and KS Bharat, these 5 haven't clicked together where they've gone and scored 35, 40 runs and got the team to a comfortable win. That might be an issue for RCB, but look, we're talking about world-class players here. We know what De Villiers and Virat can do. Maxwell has been killing it. KS Bharat had an amazing knock there, and Padikkal, yes, he's been having a dip in the last 2 games, but I think he's a future superstar, so we've got to back him, and I think he'll deliver. So that's the only thing. And moving on to the predicted 11. For RCB, I'm going to predict the same 11. I am not too sure about those 2 positions of the overseas, which is Dan Christian and George Garton. Are they good enough to deliver RCB the maiden IPL trophy which they're hunting for? But I think we'll play with the same 11. Padikkal, Virat openers. KS comes at 3rd. I would, depending on the situation, De Villiers and Maxwell can float at the 4th and 5th. And then you've got Dan Christian, Shabazz, and then the bowlers to follow up. So I wouldn't make any changes. Surprisingly, RCB haven't made any changes in the last 4 or 5 games in their playing 11, which is not RCB-like. So I think that will be the predicted 11. And for KKR, what I've been hearing is that Andre Russell is fit for the playoffs. So I expect him to come back into the squad for Shakib Al Hasan. I think that will be the only change. And then you go on with Lockie Ferguson as well. Now, talking about the concerns for RCB in this game, there are a few concerns. Padikkal's dip in the form, but I'm not going to take that as a massive concern for RCB because I think he is a quality player and he will bounce back. For me, the first biggest concern is the lack of wickets inside the power play. We have picked up, like I said, just 1 wicket in the second phase of the IPL in the power play, and that was against SRH. I think that was Abhishek Sharma, which was a poor shot by him. So we have picked up only 1 wicket in the power play. That might be a concern considering the opposition we're playing. Shubman Gill and Venkatesh Iyer for KKR have been absolutely giving them fantastic starts, especially Iyer. He's the man to watch out for RCB. If they want to win the game, they need to get their top three. When Rahul Tripathi, they need to get those guys out quickly. RCB have failed to do that against the other teams in the power play. So that's my biggest concern. The second concern is Daniel Christian and George Garton. The two overseas, Maxwell and De Villiers, yeah, they're reliable. But George Garton and Daniel Christian hasn't been performing at all with the bat. He's been scoring 1, 1, 1 and then 0. I think that's his last four score digits in the last 4 games which he has played. With the ball, he comes in and chips in 2 or 3 overs. And that is to cover up George Garton. Because I don't think Kohli sees George Garton as a player who will come and bowl 4 overs, who is like a Lockie Ferguson or a Tim Southee or Rabada Nokia. I think we are having to fit them in for the balance of the team, but are they the X factors in our team? I don't think so. And so that's why we are seeing Daniel Christian come and chip in with 2 overs, Maxwell coming in bowling, so that George Garton and Christian or someone like that don't have to bowl the 4-over quota. So they're just filling in, which I think is a concern for RCB. Those 2 players, we need to pick up the power play wickets. And for KKR, well, the strengths, if I'm an RCB fan, so I'm looking at the strengths of KKR. Like I said, Venkatesh Iyer and Rahul Tripathi. Those 2, and Shubman Gill has been performing in the last 2 or 3 games as well. So those 3, we need to get them out early. Because after that, they've got Nitish Rana, who's here and there. They've got Dinesh Karthik and then on Morgan, who just can't even, he's hardly been able to face 10 balls. Let's be honest, he's playing only as a captain there. And then Andre Russell, he's always an X factor. Yes, he hasn't been really delivering up to the mark, but you know what Russell can do. And we have seen that in the past, what Russell has done against RCB. So that's my concern for RCB. My predictions, I'm gonna go with RCB here because we have won 4 games out of the last 5, if I'm not wrong. So we are playing well. We lost that game in the middle against SRH by 4 runs, so that was another close game. The bowling, I'm pretty confident, but the batting needs to step up. And look, whether you're chasing the score or whether you're defending, you need to get KKR's top 3 out. Because if we're defending the score, they've got Iyer, Gill and Tripathi, who can take the game away from you in the first 8 to 9 overs itself. So then it becomes really hard for RCB to come back. So RCB need to watch out for their batting. I think the bowling, Ferguson is decent. Mavi, and then you've got to play Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narayan a little carefully. But then I think their bowling should be dealt with. Yes, they got us all out for 93 in the first game, but no 2 games the same. So I'm backing RCB to win this one. Let me know what your thoughts are and your comments, your predictions for the game, who your man of the match, X factor, everything. Let me know down in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe and share the video, and I'll meet you all in the next one, hopefully with an RCB win.